got the block. Don't stop. Completely in another realm of existence.
You're breaking the Dragon Rush.
There's 45 seconds left on the...
If you remember this famous moment from Dragon Ball FighterZ, you know Goichi won this moment for us. Yeah, I'm talking about him defeating Big Left. No hate to Leffen whatsoever, but we all know he's the true villain in the FGC. So watching Goichi pull this comeback felt pretty good, but it was much better because it was a fighting game in an anime. Would us as fans cared as much if this was Guilty Gear? Probably not. And of course, I'm not just saying that to hate on any fighting game that's not as popular, but Dragon Ball FighterZ is a great example of a fighting game with an anime recoloring. No matter what anime you preference, you know you want to have a good game for it. And there are plenty of examples that we'll go over where anime and games cross. But we should start off with the most successful one, which is Dragon Ball FighterZ. Arc Systems has plenty of games and they're one of the best compared to Bandai or Capcom. And many people have mentioned before that their games are very similar. However, Dragon Ball FighterZ stood out. And this is mainly because this game brings in the anime community. Maybe you have not played a game before, or maybe you don't care about fighting games specifically. But when you see something like Dragon Ball getting its own game, doesn't that stand out? If you look at the roster for Dragon Ball FighterZ, they are branching out to many different eras. Of course, you have the natural Dragon Ball Z, which is probably the most popular, but they have also reached out to get characters from Dragon Ball GT and Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball GT is a little bit more weird because it's not canon. On the other side, you have Dragon Ball Super, at which not only is the newest thing, but they also reached out to the movies. And speaking of movies, you also have characters such as Janemba and Cooler present. This roster nearly feels like a fan-made game, but they were doing it for fans. This game here is a success story, and many of us want our own animes to have this same treatment. Unfortunately, you're not getting what Dragon Ball did. And we've known this for quite some time. One of the biggest reasons is due to what's popular to gamers. And what's a game that we all know about or at least have heard about? Obviously, it's Fortnite. I'm not a Fortnite gamer myself and I'll never purchase that battle pass. But if not yourself, you know someone that loves Fortnite. And you can't hate on Fortnite for bringing in the money, they know what to do. A game at which you can bring in Thanos and Travis Scott and have them do all types of things is honestly brilliant. And as an anime fan, you knew it was coming as soon as you saw this. I cannot remember the last good Naruto game that we've had. The franchise for Naruto and Naruto Shippuden has been done for quite some time, but now they're literally playable characters in Fortnite. Think about this in a Naruto fan's point of view. You're constantly getting Storm games and they're pretty nice, but they're not a big timer. CyberConnect 2 is basically making party games with an anime flavor. And as soon as you see Dragon Ball get a good fighting game, you wait and get this. And I mean, that's gotta hurt, especially because when you get into Fortnite, you see things that you never thought you would see. Now, many of us have played a first-person shooter, and Fortnite is that with building. Alas, I really don't care about that. What I do care about is this. When you look at the track record that Fortnite has, they're doing a very good job integrating other IPs into their game. And for anime fans, you're probably not going to get your own dedicated game because they're going to sell them off to Fortnite. Anime franchises such as Dragon Ball, My Hero, Attack on Titan, I mean Fortnite, they get it all. And while they've been getting these animes on their game for quite some time, they're not going to stop anytime soon. Not too long ago, we got revealed that Jujutsu Kaisen is going to get their own game by the company Viking. While this is not a very popular company, they do have a track record making anime games. The problem is the games they have made aren't very spectacular, and I could talk about these as well. So instead of people being hyped about Jujutsu Kaisen's own game, instead people are more excited for the Fortnite reveal. And to be completely honest, I would not be surprised if Bandai's making more money putting them in Fortnite compared to making their own game. It's so sad, it truly is. I mean, how many people want to sit around watching Sasuke do this? I'm telling you, man, this is true pain. Now, of course, Fortnite is a huge outlier because they get any IP they want. But if we look at anime games besides fighters, what else are you really excited for? Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 4 has been revealed for the series. But while this may be hyped for some people, this game's not making it to EVO. This is a game that you'll play for a solid couple of weeks, then put on your shelves. Again, no slander to Dragon Ball whatsoever, but let's be honest. My Hero Academia is about to get a brand new game, and it's a battle royale. I have nothing to to say about this, so we'll move on. Majority of other games we get that are based off of animes are already airing or they end up falling. At one point, Naruto had their own mobile game, but they just couldn't keep up with it. Gacha games are a hidden gem nowadays, so I don't know how they couldn't keep this up. The biggest examples are One Piece Treasure Cruise and Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle. But again, this is a gacha mobile game and it's free to play, so I don't feel like these are the winners that we're looking for. And the sad part is I can't think of anything else. And it makes me wonder, are we stuck getting anime features such as in Fortnite? We can go take a look at Call of Duty, which is a recognizable shooter. They drop a new game almost every year, and for some reason they decided to drop an anime bundle. Now why do we need an anime character inside this game? It's not like Call of Duty has a track record of getting other IPs at all. And to be completely honest, I don't know how someone kept a job putting in this skin. But nonetheless, they did, and I'm sure they made a couple of bucks off of it. Now there is one popular game that I would love to point all the blame to. I'm sure you know the game called Super Smash Bros. This game's basically a living achievement of the gaming history. You have franchises such as Mario, Final Fantasy, Pokemon, Street Fighter, Tekken. While this series can get its own individual video, I think the only thing missing here is maybe Halo. And trust me, all you Crash Bandicoot fans, I feel you, I'm with you. But nonetheless, you get the ideal of what Super Smash Bros. Is supposed to be. And realistically, we had that for anime. Jump Force was supposed to be a lot of different animes from mainly Shonen Jump that they put inside a game. Of course, you had the big three such as One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach, but they went out of their way to add in franchises that don't get their own. I mean, have you seen a Hunter x Hunter game? I haven't. The roster for Jump Force is pretty solid. They even have Yu-Gi-Oh in here. And while the game itself wasn't very competitive, it looked nice. But you know what? They said f you. Not only did they turn off the online service so you can't play it anymore, but you also can't even buy it from a digital platform. Why? I mean, let's be completely honest. Does Bandai not care? No way this game made you go bankrupt. They didn't even proofread their message before they put it out. I simply don't understand the business logic behind doing this, especially after having so many DLC packs for this game. This is the equivalent for having Super Smash Bros. 2 anime watchers. But nuh-uh, you don't get this, hold that L. Now, I want to be completely clear so nobody doesn't understand or they run to the comments upset. Majority of the anime community does believe that their favorite franchise deserves a great game. Unfortunately, we're not getting that, period. A great game does not mean a great fighting game. However, if you are picking a game based off of a shonen, that's probably the best way to display it. It's more likely the fans will pick up an Arc System games based off of Demon Slayer compared to any slice of life. So these big hitter shows such as Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, Naruto, Bleach, it's time for y'all to spend money and make them a good game. And again, it doesn't have to be a fighting game. One Piece is another example of a franchise that gets games periodically. Their games aren't very bad and they're really just a beat 'em up type of game. Only problem with the One Piece games is they look and feel kind of pitiful. But if these games were a AAA game for any of these franchises, it would be so much better. Now all I'm doing is voicing opinions, and I'm not the only one that feels this way. To bring the anime and the gaming community together is something that must happen more often. I mean, watching the crowd scream during Cell's intro is actually pretty hype.
To beat Sonic Fox. Sonic Fox, I would need to win one. So here we go.
So I believe we should do this again and make more anime games that are actually good. But alas, I want to know what you think in the comments down below. If you do think animes are getting the games that they deserve, then that's kind of evil, but I'll hear you out. And finally, before we finish off this video, if you're looking for more anime content, I just talked about starter animes over here. And also, before you check out, hit the subscribe button. It does a lot for me and I appreciate it. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Take care.